Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Clique, and today we're going to be reviewing the Razer Orochi V2 mouse. This video is not sponsored and this was not sent out for review. I bought this mouse with my own money, so this is my unbiased, honest review of the mouse. Let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Starting off with the specs, it is completely wireless and runs on either a double or AAA battery. It weighs in at about 57 grams on my scale without the battery and about 73 grams with the included battery that they packed in the box. You can mess around with the weight you're getting because it does support different battery types like lithium and alkaline, and that's also going to affect your overall battery life that you get. If you want an idea of how long it should last with the battery that you have, you can go to Razer's promo page for the Orochi V2 and they have some tools that can help you calculate that number. Just know that the 950 hours of advertised battery life is in Bluetooth mode, which is not what you'll be using if you're gaming. Otherwise, you can get around 425 hours using the 2.4 GHz connection with the included dongle. As for my opinion on the weight, it's definitely still a lightweight mouse, but even from going from my main HotES wireless to this, I could easily feel a difference in weight, and for reference, the HotES wireless weighs about 59 grams. But it was a really easy switch, and after I got adjusted to it, it was really comfortable and I can appreciate the extra bit of weight. Just like everyone else has said, as far as the shape, it does have that egg teardrop kind of shape, and I think that makes it most comfortable for fingertip and palm grip, although I can easily use this for claw grip as well. As far as the grip style you use, I think you can use practically any grip style with the Orochi V2, but I'd more pay attention to the size of this mouse more than the grip style that you're going to be using. Check it out compared to the Model O wireless, SteelSeries Aerox 3 wireless, and HotES wireless. From the size comparison, you can clearly see that this mouse was designed for those who wanted a smaller mouse and are targeted at people with smaller to medium hands. If you prefer the feeling of having the mouse be almost completely within your fingertips and palm, then this should be good for you. Checking out the side buttons, the placement is great, really easy to hit, and they only protrude out of the mouse slightly. There's a bit of pre and post travel on both the front and back side buttons, more on the back button than the front, but it isn't bad and it has a definite stopping point that makes me feel good about the long-term durability of those buttons. The buttons themselves are plastic but don't feel cheap. Here's a quick sound test of the mouse so you can hear it for yourself. As far as software, like most Razer products, you can make adjustments in Razer Synapse software, your usual DPI adjustment along with pulling rate and liftoff distance adjustments. There's also a power saving mode that you can play around with to preserve battery life, so I think it's definitely worth checking out. Going over to the mouse feet, they are your usual 100% PTFE material that we see on many gaming mice. It's split into 3 sections on the bottom of the mouse, 1 section of PTFE feet on the top, 1 section around the sensor, and 1 more at the bottom under the off switch. It gives a great glide, I can't complain, and I really don't think you would need any aftermarket mouse gates. Moving on to the coating, it's a matte white finish that feels really slick, way slicker than any other mouse that I've used. Not to the point that the mouse is slippery, but it's really noticeable, especially compared to any other matte coating that I've used on other gaming mice. I really like the clean, minimal aesthetic of this mouse, with there being no RGB besides the battery life indicator under the DPI button. The top shell of the mouse is easily removable, and inside is where you can remove and insert new batteries, and there's even a place to store the 2.4 GHz dongle, which I think is genius, and it's going to be so convenient for taking this mouse on the go. If you're looking for more colorways, Razer offers a ton of different aesthetics on their website for an upcharge of course, but it's worth checking out if you want to customize this mouse in any way or if you're not feeling the minimal look of the mouse. As for the scroll wheel, it's the same matte white color as the rest of the mouse. The center has a black rubberized texture that adds the feeling of small steps, and scrolling itself is really light and fluid. The sensor being used here is Razer's 5G optical sensor that worked great during my testing, no issues at all, and performance was top notch. The mouse switches used here are Razer's 2nd gen mechanical mouse switches that have an estimated lifetime of 60 million clicks. They feel heavier than the arm-on switches that you would find on the Model O or Model O wireless, but lighter than the KLGM 8.0 switches that you would get on the HotES wireless. And while there is some side play and post travel on mouse 1 and 2, it didn't affect my regular usage of the mouse, so it isn't a big deal to me. So my overall thoughts on the Orochi V2 is that it is a great value, especially considering the $70 price point, and it's an overall amazing mouse, especially if you find yourself liking smaller mice. It's priced well below the competition, with the Model O wireless coming in at $80, the HotES wireless coming in at about $110, and the Aerox 3 wireless coming coming in at $100 from SteelSeries. Razer's done a great job of refreshing their lineup, and I think this is a steal, and to me this is the equivalent of the Viper Mini but for their wireless lineup, with it just being so much cheaper than other wireless options, but still delivering flagship like specs like the 100% PTFE feed, optical 5G sensor, 2nd gen mechanical switches, and an insane battery life that would put most other wireless gaming mice to shame, regardless of the fact that it uses AA and AAA batteries to do so. This mouse easily gets my recommendation for a small to medium handed mouse at a budget price with flagship like specs. Like always, the link for purchase is going to be down below in the description if you want to get your hands on the Razer Orochi V2. If you enjoyed the video, if you wouldn't mind giving it a like since it really does help with the channel, and if you're new here, I make all types of content on gaming tech, so if you're interested in this type of content, consider checking out the channel and subscribing. Like always, you guys are awesome, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.